Hello there, everyone. Welcome to this TV video. You know who I am, E.T. Templar, alien crusader from beyond the heavens, here to entertain and destroy through the power of meme magic. And in this video, I'm probably stepping into a shitstorm here, but this has to be said. I'm talking about the infamous Pigman of Richmond, Virginia. Yes, Ethan Ralph. So Ethan Ralph, not too long ago, had his ass beat in Portugal. He ran his mouth to someone or some buddies, and they beat the ever-loving shit out of him. But this is a guy who makes constant threats to other content creators. He says, "Why if I show up in your neighborhood? Why if you come across me in the streets, boy?" Right? He always makes these threats mainly because he's about the size of Gimli from Lord of the Rings. He's about 5'1", let's say 320, 335, 340. So in reality, he isn't kicking anyone's ass, unless if it's the Lollipop Guild, okay? Or unless if it's a toddler, or unless if it's a woman. And speaking of women, this guy has had 2 children out of wedlock with different women. One, he took his thumb and jammed it in her fart box and released it as revenge porn. So this is a guy who, in all reality, can't fight for shit because, unfortunately, his bad genetics. He rolled snake eyes and got 5'1" and a bad metabolism. So the way how he feels bigger, or makes himself feel like a bigger man, is when he calls people's bosses, like Deadman, for example. He calls their supervisors and says and alleges a whole bunch of shit and gets them fired. Now, Ethan Ralph has these rules of engagement when you go against him. You're not supposed to mention his kids, his horse-faced wife. You're supposed to message him directly to let him know what your game plan is before talking about him. But does he then carry the same rules of engagement for other people? Hell no. He releases people's doxes. He makes threats like this where he says, "I'm going to put up flyers on your college campus and work, boy, and see how they think how you're associating with white nationalists." But then again, the same guy will then brag on Twitter and other places saying he's going to America First and other white nationalist conventions. So, if you don't know where I'm going, this is a guy who can't take any jokes. And when the jokes sting too bad, his thin little skin begins to burn, he gets some eczema, and he has to resort to life ruination because he's a coward. He's a small, cowardly Gimli. So he has to call up people's bosses, he has to make threats to try and get them fired from jobs, kicked out of colleges, because that's literally the only thing. See, the people he goes against, they have something to lose. Ethan Ralph has nothing to lose, mainly because his only form of income is through the internet, through his shit shows like Killstream or on Odyssey or Cozy TV or whatever garbage-ass platform will have him. If that were me, if my sole only income was through the internet, I'd be terrified and I would mind my P's and Q's because that could easily be fucked with through DDoS, or you can find out someone's ISP and start screwing with them that way. There's all sorts of ways someone could get at you if that's your only form of income. And especially if your horse-faced wife has... I'm not going to shame anyone for, working, because they're at least doing something. She won't be able to hold... She won't be able to be the main breadwinner with the crap job she has. So, Ethan, this is just a fair warning, buddy. And Detective Jim Brass from CSI said this once: if you send enough shit in the universe, eventually the wind's going to blow it back in your direction. So if you keep being this weapons-grade asshole that you're doing, with all this life ruination shit, someone can as easily turn that gun on you. And it wouldn't be that hard. It really wouldn't. And with that, there's no more reason to make this like a 10-minute talking about the infamous Pigman of Richmond, Virginia. There's no point. The guy will point at Matt Jarbo and say he's a soy-filled bitch. He'll point at other people and say they're cowards and bitches. He'll laugh at Boogie 2988 for being a whiny little bitch. But you know one thing Boogie hasn't done? Boogie never, to my knowledge, hasn't hit below the belt. He hasn't doxed people. He hasn't resorted to life ruination. So Boogie technically is at a higher moral standing. Yes, that fat turbo degenerate is at a higher standing than Ethan Ralph. But then again, Ethan Ralph is the scum bottom vagrant of a man. He's a scum bottom vagrant as a human being. And that's all he will ever be. And the only thing he has is doxing and life ruination. Because he knows in all reality he can't really beat anyone's ass. He's too morbidly obese, he's too unhealthy, he's too short. And that's how he hurts people, by hitting below the belt. And that's the only thing he's got. That's the only way he can maintain an erection, is by doing so. And that's it. And someone's going to put him in his place one day. And when that happens, that's going to be a fun thing to hear. Those pig squeals. But until then, who knows? But if it were me, if someone had got me fired from a job, I would definitely crash this person's party. I would definitely try and smoke check them any way I could. But that would be me. That's just me. Other people are more forgiving, and but yeah. That's it for this TV video. Hopefully you found this interesting, entertaining. Leave a like, leave a dislike, comment below. I'll see you guys next time. Stay happy, stay healthy, God bless, and see you next time.